You gotta realize the sun doesn't go like this. It goes like round. Thank you for all your patience. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, but you need to do the right way.
All right. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I hope we're enjoying. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I have the mics right here. I'll try and
That's fine.
move it a little bit. All right. So we're here today for a specific reason in front of DA's office. I'm going to introduce myself really quick. My name is Desi Cuellar. I'm the Republican endorsed candidate running for Congress in District 14. But first, I will have a very important person speak, who is, the expert on the reason why we're here. She's an amazing mother. She's an amazing human being. And right here, Madeline. Madeline, please come up and speak. All right, Madeline.
Madeline!
Woo! Good morning, everybody. My name is Madeline Brame. I am the chairwoman of Victims' Rights Reform Council. I'm also the director of Brexit, New York. I'm also the mother of a homicide victim. 2018, my son, Sergeant Hassan Korea, Afghanistan War retired veteran, was killed in Harlem by 4 people he did not know, nor had he done them any harm. These 4 people were formerly incarcerated, all charged with first-degree gang assault and second-degree murder right here at 100 Center Street in the Manhattan Criminal Courts. This case started under Cyrus Vance. He was the district attorney at that time. This murder was captured on video. There are 33 witnesses who saw what the 4 people did to my son. This was a strong, trial-ready case that was handed off to Alvin Bragg and his new administration in 2019-2020. 2 of the individuals, Mary Saunders and Travis Stewart, have both had their murder and gang assault charges dropped, completely dismissed. Mary Saunders pled guilty to a simple assault with a shoe. Travis Stewart pled guilty to attempted gang assault. Mary was sentenced to 1 year time served. She was already out on bail because of bail reform. Travis had already been in 7 years. So in 18 months, Travis will be walking the streets a free man, while my son lays in his grave out at Calverton National Cemetery. There are 2 defendants still remaining, sitting in Rikers Island waiting for this case to go to trial. We're in 4 years, and it doesn't seem like we're any closer to trial than we were from day one. I have zero confidence that this case, that these 2 remaining defendants will be brought to trial. I believe, and it's my great concern, that they will be offered a plea deal when there should be no plea deals for murder, especially when the murder is captured on video. My son was butchered to death. He was stabbed 9 times. His father was also butchered. He was stabbed 12 times. There's no way in the world any criminal justice system should be affording the rights of murderers over the victims and their family. I've been fighting this for 4 years. I am not the only one. There are hundreds and thousands of us right here in New York City who are going through the same torturous experience. There are mothers who don't know how to navigate the court system. There are mothers who are getting ready to go through the most horrific experience of their life, trying to get justice for their loved one. They don't have a voice. I stand in the gap for them today, and I am their voice. I'm here to tell these moms and these families that you do have someone. You do have someone who will speak up for you. You do have someone who will go to court for you. You do have someone who can navigate and help you get through the process. And so you know what questions to ask. This has been going on for years. My son's case is just one case. Just the other day, the African cab driver who was killed and jumped by the 5 people. Those children, because that's what they are not going to be prosecuted for killing that man. Those children are going to be let right out of that courtroom. They're going to walk right out. And you have a man, wife with children who's left without their husband. There will be no justice. I'm feeling a little under the weather today, but I had to come because I have to speak out. I have to let everybody know what's going on in this Manhattan District Attorney's office. There is no justice here. There is no closure here. We're fighting an uphill battle. It's completely incompetent. I'm going to end now because, like I said, I'm not feeling that well. All right, so I'm going to hand this off to Desi. I hope that something I've said here today will raise awareness to help people understand the process and what we're dealing with and what we're going through. And I'm going to also ask the people in the Black and brown communities, if you never voted before, vote like your life depends on it. We have been voting the same way for the past 40 years or more.
Yep. Amen.
Selling our votes for nothing. We're getting nothing in return for our vote.
That's right.
These people come to our communities and tell us that they promise this and promise that. And at the end of the day, all we get is a few more basketballs and a couple more recreation centers. There are no vocational, there are no educational, there are no real job opportunities created that will help our children avoid incarceration. There are no programs there that will help our young people start businesses through entrepreneurship. There are no parenting classes that will help our young mothers. Those are the things that we need. Keep your basketball. Keep your recreation center.
Turkeys.
Keep your turkey. Keep your free food. Keep your handouts. If you want to give us something, lend a hand up and not a handout.
Amen.
Help us do something to get on our feet.
Amen.
Help us do something to get on our feet where we can be self-sustainable and not dependent on a government. Get your knee off our neck.
Yeah, man. I spoke to my mother and I asked her just to try and get an idea of what was going on. What would it possibly be like? Put me through what's going on through your mind, through your heart. So I asked my mother, explain to me, please, what's going through your mind and what's going through your heart when this is happening, because I want to try and get a better understanding, because as a man, as somebody who's not a father yet, I want to know what it would be like to have to deal My mother told me that this is something that is incomprehensible to anybody, even to mothers, unless they've experienced the loss of a child. She said this is something that is a nightmare situation that no one should ever have to go through. Now, the fact of the matter is that this nightmare situation that nobody should have to go through is happening a lot more often than the people responsible for it would like to admit. As a people, as a community, we need to do more than just offer Madeline our thoughts and prayers. We need to understand something that's very, very plain, it's in our face. And that fact that we need to understand is that the people responsible for this are liars. They're lying to us. That's why we're in a situation like this, and that's why people are not understanding why it doesn't make sense that it keeps happening. We need to understand that, Governor Kathy Hochul, DA Bragg, even the assistant DA was slithering around here earlier. She was looking around. We need to understand that these people are liars. And shame on anybody who expects a liar to tell you the truth. It's never going to happen. As a people, we need to stand together and we need to start demanding that we hold our politicians accountable for what is going on. And we need to make them pick, are you on the side of the people or are you on the side of the criminals?
Yes, sir.
Because we, the people who have elected them to be responsible for this, if we have to pick between the criminals and our families, we're always going to pick our families.
Amen. Amen.
And we're always going to be undefeated. So we need to also call on Governor Kathy Hochul to say if she's going to investigate DA Bragg for misconduct and how he's handling cases in a very peculiar way. We also need to demand from DA Bragg a public statement and announce, is he going to work out a plea deal or not? Now, Kathy Hochul, she said that she still keeps true to the promise of bail reform, and that she would like to see the data or the facts that show that bail reform has led to an increase in crime. It's ridiculous. If you want to see the truth, there's videos of what happened to Madeline's son. Now, she either saw it or she's too embarrassed to watch the effects of the things that she endorses and what they have on the people that she's expecting to vote for her. We also need to understand that Hassan's life is worth more than bail reform. His life is worth more than whatever freedoms they're willing to temporarily trade into these criminals that they're releasing on the streets. So we need to draw a line in the sand. We need to make them pick, are you on our side or not?
They've already picked this. They've already picked.
Exactly.
They're not going to change.
I have a question for Ms. Brame.
One second.
Okay.
Wait till the end for questions. Thank you. So, the last thing I'm going to say is, first of all, God bless Madeline for not only showing the strength of a woman, but also for showing the unyielding dedication to her son as a mother. God bless Hassan for always being not only a patriot, but a hero. And may God have mercy on any of us and our family members for what we might have to go through when our time comes to face the criminals that they keep releasing onto the streets. That's all I have to say. Next, I'm going to have...
Edwin.
Good morning. My name is Edwin de la Cruz, and I'm the treasurer in Northern Manhattan Republican Grassroots Movement. We are starting a grassroots movement to bring more awareness of these issues to Northern Manhattan, South Harlem, Washington Heights, Kingwood, and Market Hill. Very sad that we had to be here. We are skipping work. We are definitely desperate because we have a situation in our hand that is not only putting our lives in danger, but also our neighbors. We all need to have a prayer in behalf of Madeline. Okay, because her family, what she has gone through is amazing. So, 1 second, at least, please close your eyes and just say one prayer quickly, and then we move on. So basically, we are here because of the situation, okay? Especially with what happened with Jose Alba. Jose Alba and I, we grew up together. We were friends when we were kids. and he's a great man, family man, very decent human being. What is so concerning about what happened with Mr. Alva is, one, that none of my uh, public officials in Northern Manhattan even visited Mr. Alva. Okay, they're all Dominican. Mr. Jackson is African American, but nobody visited Mr. Alva. That was really amazing. Okay, they took side with Mr. Bragg. Mr. Bragg has to go. Seriously, we had to start asking for election recall. So what happened to Mr. Alva is amazing. Also, Mr. Alva got stabbed in one arm by the girlfriend of the victim, the deceased. Nothing happened to her. This has to stop. We need election recall. That's one of our main objectives, okay? In Northern Manhattan Republic, we need to have accountability. We need to also have people decide and question their voting habits, okay? We need to educate ourselves. We can no longer be ignorant because these people are using us, okay? They are using to enrich themselves. They're also using us to carry on a globalist agenda that is destroying New York City. So every single election has consequences. Okay? We have to start to vote smart. We also have to start thinking about considering changing parties. Okay, very important to look at this. So all we can ask is, I started a fundraise page also, a crowdfunding page to raise $10,000 for victims of crime, just like Madeline over here. So in her case, her family, her kids, her husband, her life, they'll most likely no longer come back. But in this crowdfunding page, if you get stolen, a wallet or your glasses get broken in a showcase, or your cell phone gets stolen, we're going to replace it. It's very simple. It is a very silent protest against crime. We need to stand for the victims. Okay, the criminals, public officials have decided they're going to stand with them. We have to stand as the public with ourselves because we are neighbors. Okay, we are human beings. We have to protect ourselves. We got to fight our back. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Edwin.
David, you're up. David.
I'm up. One more.
My name is Daniela Souza Igorov, and I'm running for this district here, Lower Manhattan, for State Senate. I'm a moderate Democrat, and we can have safety and justice. There's nothing just about Madeline's story. There's nothing just about my friends here from Chinatown whose kids cannot go to preschool to the park because there's open drug air market with kids, with schools like don't feel safe anymore. There's nothing just about the restaurant owners in Chinatown who cannot open their restaurants after 5 p.m. We need to vote for people who are going to be non-ideological, who are going to look at the data, look at what's happening in our streets, in the subway, and in our streets, and change these laws. We know that the crime is not going to go down until the laws are changed. Mayor Adam has begged Albany for help, and when elected, I'll be there to help change these laws and make sure that cases like Madeline do not happen again. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I was late today. There was somebody pushed in front of a train right now. That's why I'm late. Let me tell you one thing. It's disgraceful what has happened to this lady. Utterly disgraceful. I'm a parent. I can't imagine what it is to mourn the death, the murder of a child, of your own child. Alvin Bragg has got to go. Kathy Hochul will not fire Alvin Bragg. She's playing games. Wake up, people. She's delaying until January the bail reform. She's delaying to have a special session in Albany. She's full of it. I was at the Dominican breakfast in the Bronx the other day, and I asked her, why did you turn your backs on the Dominican Alvin Bragg? I'm not getting away from Miss Madeline's situation with her son, Hassan Correa, who was a veteran, who was murdered. All these people, Alvin Bragg has given sweet deals. Let them out. Time served. She's fearful that the remaining two defendants will not face justice. They need to face justice. They need to face justice for Hassan Cuellar.
Amen.
They need to face justice for the mom, Madeline Brame. This is unbelievable.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Don't make the same mistake that you made electing Eric Adams. Elect Lee Zeldin for mayor. And it's got to get political, because this woman will never have peace if it doesn't get political. If you vote in Kathy Hochul, the crime will continue in New York. She's full of it. She doesn't care about Dominicans. She doesn't care about Jose Alba. She doesn't care about Madeline. She doesn't care about my daughter that rides the train every day, that are fearful. Ladies and gentlemen, elections have consequences. Please, for this woman's son, make a difference in New York State. Thank you very much. And I say to Lee Zeldin, she's gonna run from you. She's not gonna want to debate 5 debates. No Zoom debates, in-person debates. You see a person's, their body language. No Zoom debates, Lee. Make sure she debates 5, 6, 10 debates. This is for the most important position in New York State. Thank you very much.
All right, David.
Bill. Bill Wong.
Good morning, members of the press. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to put this down. Yeah. We are waiting for justice for Hassan Cuellar, and Madeline waited 4 years, and we're all waiting. And the problem is that with Alvin Bragg, his downgrading policies are not only bad for Manhattan, but it's good for the criminals. They just that revolving door just keeps spinning. People keep coming out a couple hours after the arrest. But this atmosphere, this downgrading mentality is spreading to the other boroughs. I mean, it was 2 days ago at Brown's, the Fuego Tampico restaurant, where there was an innocent man got sucker punched by another person with a long rap sheet. The victim fell, injured his head, and will need several surgeries just to save his life. Now, whether he could recover, we don't know. And what happened to the attacker? He's now released. He's now in the streets. Right? His charges have been downgraded. The police arrested him for attempted murder, and the Bronx DA, who learned from Alvin Bragg, downgraded the charges several notches, and now the attacker is walking freely in the streets.
Unbelievable, unacceptable.
This is the injustice that we're dealing with, that this toxicity, this atmosphere of letting criminals go is spreading to the other boroughs, and that is unacceptable. Right? And we're allowing criminals to walk free. What do? They just take over. They take over not just our parks, our schoolyards, a subway system. My kids or myself don't even want to go to Starbucks anymore because we're seeing them shooting up drugs, dealing drugs in these restaurants, in these Starbucks. You don't have to read the New York Post to know. Just visit your nearby Starbucks and see for yourself how bad things are. So we cannot allow these nice to criminals or DAs that just don't do their job. We cannot let them stay behind. We cannot let them stay at office. We gotta remove them. Hochul has to do that. If she doesn't do it, the next governor will do it. Right? And this is how bad it is. And everyone wake up, get out and vote, and let them hear your voices that we need our safe city back, safe streets, safe city, and justice for our victims. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. We'll open it up to questions now.
If anybody has questions for Madeline, we'll have her go first.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming this morning. You know, this is going to take a concerted, collective effort. It's going to take all of us, all hands on deck. We need to get out the vote. get people out to the polls. We need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Madeline.
Thank you. Anybody else have any more questions for anybody? Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.